journey. Sorry. So, my friends, last session, we discussed on two issues. Are we suffering every day, every hour, every minute, every second? If you have not learnt and progressed enough in the Eastern wisdom, and you claim, no, I'm not suffering every day, I'm not suffering every hour, then you are telling a lie. It is very simple. You are simply telling a lie. So why we are telling a lie? Because we are living in ignorance. We claim we are not suffering, but we are always suffering. Why we are suffering? The journey, the spiritual journey requires piercing through the layers of illusion, concealing the truth. What are those layers? Three layers I have discussed in detail. Three primary veils: the impurity, the wandering mind, and the ignorance. Impurity of the mind in Sanskrit is known as the mala, destructive emotions. I love honey, but I hate honey. Look at this. We are extraordinary people. We are extraordinary human beings. Honey, you are my honey, but I am reacting. These impurities manifest as hesitation, envy, pride, and other poisons which cloud our awareness. And anything that clouds our awareness, there is no chance. Gita, one of the great texts, compares the smoke covering the fire. Fire is considered as our real nature, and it is covered by the smoke, so we cannot see the fire. First, and examples of the impurities I have already given you. So what happens, we have many conventional practices to purify this impurity. Mantra repetition, obviously meditation, but meditation will only succeed if the impurities are minimized. And we will talk in detail about the selfless service. Also calms these toxic emotions. If I don't have the selfless state of the mind, do whatever you want to do. It will accumulate impurities every day. Second is the mental restlessness. When we say wandering mind, it is basically a state of restlessness. We discussed in detail. Tendency of the mind to constantly waver between it is the swinging like the pendulum. You are listening to me and still you may have a lot of thoughts. Isn't it? Is it a fact? That is a wavering mind. That wavering mind, that restlessness causes the fear, strong likes and dislikes, strong emotion. It never abides in the stillness. That is why you share the experiences. Today I had a lot of thoughts. So see the second factor. Third is what we say, the ignorance. Ignorance, what is ignorance? Ignorance means I don't know my real nature. Not knowing my real nature. Why? Because I identify I am the body, mind, intellect, I am husband, wife. I don't, even my mind cannot think even beyond these labels. So this is a superimposition. It is like a dust on the mirror. You cannot see yourself. This is how our masters. It is because of the ego identification that we are going to talk in detail. So I started the journey a couple of weeks ago that we have conventional methods to purify the mind. There is a best method and there are conventional methods. So we have to start with the conventional methods. Then only we can reach to the highest method to purify the mind. So then what is our topic today? I wrote it down that how three factors cause us to think, speak, and behave and act in our daily life. That results into suffering. So see, first there are three factors. They are working inside. I'm not aware of it. And now these three factors expressed in thought, speech, and action causes suffering. Suffering is small anxiety from wandering, restless mind to anger and hesitation, to the stress, to tiredness, and there's a long list. We will talk about in the following session. So the how I start thinking when I'm guided by these three factors. My thoughts are frequently disturbed by the impure desires and the craving, making it hard to focus. The mind oscillates restlessly between pleasant and unpleasant thoughts about the past, about the future, rather than being centered in the present moment. Are you getting it? It is because of the impurity. It is because of these three factors. So, what happens? The mind is constantly identifying itself with these factors, and outer behavior and the expression results in suffering. Only one reason is there because I lack awareness of these three factors. My thought continuously get tainted by the impurity. How? In the form of unhealthy desires, prejudices, obsession. Those prejudices and obsession are caused by these three factors. We'll understand in the following sessions, but I'm just giving you an idea. So, what about your speech? Speech often manifests impure emotions like hesitation, criticism, gossip. Your mind enters into the gossip because of these three factors. Otherwise, there is no reason for a gossip. But the gossip feels me very good. So keep on gossiping. Keep on gossiping. Who says don't gossip? I'm talking about the Eastern way. Conversation. Now I made her realize, one woman here nearby, I made her realize it is because of the gossip she created a lot of challenges in her life. She stopped the gossip, problem gone. Conversation tends to waver unpredictably. So you see all the three factors. They work together. Between topics without depth. They make absolute pronouncements based on assumptions while lacking insight. Impurity seeps into the speech as a gossip. This is how my master used to say. So if I don't gossip, then I'm not enjoying my life. So your enjoyment results into conflict and confusion. I can tell you the 99% of the conflict in relationship, they begin with the gossip and they end into the conflict. Impurity seeps into the speech as a gossip, lies, manipulation, or verbal aggression. Restlessness manifests as erratic communication. Erratic. I'm restless, so I have to be erratic. And ignorance emerges in false identification. How dare you say that I'm not beautiful? Today I stand before the mirror for 3 hours to look beautiful. And you are saying that I'm not. And it also expresses in behavior. Behavior reflects a tendency to excessively indulge either for food, it results into binge eating, into sex, into stimulation, rather than exercising self discipline. I'm just talking about what happens, how these three factors working deeply inside of which I'm not aware expresses in thought, in speech, in behavior, in action. Well, any one of you are totally free from all the three factors, still you can continue listening. I have no problem. No. What is the best thing that we are learning? That now I know how the mind is working at the deeper layers of which I am not aware. So now I have understood the three factors, I can easily become aware. So I will not blame and complain the others. My mind will say, I'm responsible. It is coming from within. Let me explore it. And because you start exploring, you loosen the grip and you come. Otherwise, if you feel you are responsible, then what happens? In the afternoon, you fought with someone you are responsible. In the evening, you took 5 or 6 cups of coffee to get rid of that. And then you sleep, your sleep is disturbed because other is responsible. Your mind is obsessed with others. But when you recognize that it is the three factors lying present in my mind, which is responsible, you raise your level of awareness. Am I right? Say yes. Now, action. In interacting with the world, they easily become dependent and attached to the people, objects as the source of security. And that causes the problem. Our approach towards people, situation, and things is inconsistent. Have you seen that sometime you are cooking something in the kitchen and you don't find something and you get upset? What the heck? I can give you many examples of which you are familiar with. Action. Frequently altering our mind has a very narrow vision dominated by the self interest. That is the result of my ignorance. How three factors prevent one to become a seeker. Now understand that. I have to become a seeker. Our goal is the self discovery. But how these three factors, I believe that I simply say three factors so you are aware of that. How three factors prevent one to become a seeker of self discovery and awakening. Awakening means in permanent peace and happiness. So let us take step by step impurities. So the constant disturbances created by unhealthy desires and attachment overwhelms the mind. That makes it extremely challenging to cultivate the sense of discernment and dispassion. Without dispassion and discernment, I cannot do the self inquiry. So, what happens? I lose the power of discernment and I lose the power of dispassion. so that mind can become clear, and it doesn't become clear because of the impurity. What about restlessness? The restlessness and distraction of ever wandering mind prevents my ability to direct focused attention towards insight. That is why you share the experiences. I had a lot of thoughts today. Without this one pointed awareness, the journey of the self discovery cannot even start. You see, I've been listening my gossip for a couple of years, why it did not start. Keep listening, my gossip. My gossip has a good goal and aim. It is very well directed. And what about ignorance? The primary ignorance about one's true self blocks the seeking impulse. No, I have a seeking impulse to know the permanent peace and happiness. It is lost. And I tell you, ask yourself, don't answer me. How many times your mind reminds you that you are the real self since you wake up in the morning until you sleep? Not a single time. Yeah, we have to accept it, no problem. Why? Because I'm fully busy. Where I'm fully busy, that is the sign of restlessness. Can't my intellect arrange my actions and the time? Why am I fully busy? You don't know, I'm fully busy. I'm busier than Joe Biden. So, you see, I'm fully busy. Today, this woman sent me that I have a killer headache. I'm sorry, I cannot attend your session. I said, you must attend the session because you have a killer headache. I will kill this headache. You see the excuse? And then I wrote, choice is yours, my friend. I will lose a couple of $100. That's okay. I have no issue. I will not be upset. That is what happens. And then in the afternoon, she wrote me back, I'm really sorry. I should have attended your session. Can you fix the time late today? I said, no, I'm busy. This is what happens in life. This stride of suffering creates a dense web of obstacles on the path of the spiritual seekers. Well, if you are spiritual seekers, then I'm saying it. Tendencies are constantly present in the mind, they reinforce each other. Ignorance feeds the distraction, which intensifies impurities. That is why we talk of the three factors. First is that at a deeper level, ignorance feeds the restlessness, and the restlessness intensifies the impurities. That is why we have three qualifications. And we are trapped in a vicious circle. One becomes immersed in mundane compulsions, complaints, blame, reaction. Inner obstacle. These are the inner obstacles, no doubt. And the cumulative buildup of deep rooted impure desires and attachment can make one mentally lazy. Now, see the effect: mentally lazy, obsessed, hmm? Blame and complain attitude, I want to satisfy all my cravings. Nobody should come into the way. This is what happens in our life. Now, did you understand why I picked up the topic that why are we suffering every day, every hour, every minute and second? Think, think, my friends. Just take it in a very casual way. Impurity, getting agitated. You are stuck in a traffic. You get agitated. What the traffic has done to your mind? Nothing. No, no, I have to reach. Unnecessarily. Overeating. Not only overeating, but overeating unhealthy food. But why? Impure desire. What is that impure desire? Is a craving. Holding possessions and struggling to let go. Impure attachment. Gossiping about others. Keep on gossiping about others. When women was telling me when I meet my friend, I always complain about my husband, and my friend also complain about her husband. The perfect example of a gossip. Nobody, the husbands are to blame and complain. They are erratic creatures. This is the result of the impurity. Judging someone only on their appearance, impure perception. I can count on millions of ideas. The masters have seen such a beautiful way to understand our mind. What about the restlessness? Constantly switching between the phone, email, social media. Phone budge, so you will see, oh, what is in the phone first, instead of paying attention to what I'm talking to you. You start the 10 projects but unable to complete any. Wavering, this is known as the wavering focus. Vacillating decisions, making plans then changing them repeatedly. Don't think that, we are living in a new normal in the modern age. That is why it is known as the age of anxiety. Have you heard that? Psychologist says that it is an age of anxiety. They don't know the real reasons. We know it. So the cause of the restlessness, fluctuating speech, shifting moods, it is because of the restlessness of the mind. We say mood swing. You remove this for restlessness and let me see, where is the mood swing? Letting your mind wander, you allow the mind to wander, having a conversation. Well, because I enjoy that. After all, I'm sitting casually. And what about the ignorance? Pursuing fame as it brings lasting fulfillment. Respect me. Internally, the mind says to your friend internally, how I look, how you look, the way you were looking yesterday. These are, you don't notice it, but these are the causes of ignorance. Engaging in unethical business or conversation for profit. Believing stereotypes about entire group of people. Chasing selfish goals for happiness. Destroying the environment blindly for temporary gains. Think. We have to think a lot. I have given you a lot of food for the mind to think. So when you become aware of those factors and you hold on, you ask your mind to return, you will see a sense of lightness. It's not a big deal, provided I'm committed and sincere seeker. In our next session, we'll understand in detail the symptoms, the effect. Before we return again, there are conventional methods for the purification of the mind. And we will pick up. In these conventional methods are 6 types of conventional nature. So if you don't use these conventional methods, you cannot apply the highest method for the purification of the mind because they prepare your mind in the intellect to reach to that state. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed, understanding, moving the mind inward. No, eyes are closed. Find out the best place to keep your body in a comfortable position. No stress and struggle with the body. How do we know? By intellect. How do we know? There is no struggle by the intellect. Knowledge, awareness. You know you are comfortable. When you feel you are comfortable and you sustain that, that is what is being comfortable. And that I gave you the step. Looking at the neck joint means awareness and knowledge. And then you feel and experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You move the mind on the shoulder joints, be there, feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. The mind looks at the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. Sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Now, in that state of being comfortable, it is easy to see the distractions of the mind, the restless. Why it is restless? Because it is moving constantly from one thought to the other. And these thoughts are unwanted, undesirable at this moment. Did you understand practically what it means by restlessness of the mind? I can pose I am self disciplined and controlled, but still your mind is constantly wavering. So we are looking deeper inside. So what method we employ? Being carefree, we say storm. The thoughts are coming and going. You are watching. You are separating the thoughts, feeling, emotions from you. How? Is the skies not separate from the birds flying in the sky? Yes. Same way, the mind is the entire space where the thoughts are flying like the birds. You have to recognize it is a matter of awareness, it is not control. If you control the thoughts, it will blast again like a volcano. So you're watching the thoughts coming and going separate from you. And now we use the breathing as a tool to bypass that thought so that we can see the space, we can refresh ourselves. So, looking inside the forehead in the space. So, First point of awareness, you keep looking into the space. Second point of awareness, the steadiness in the body. Third point of awareness, you start breathing quick and fast into the chest. Continue breathing. Continue breathing. Quick and short breath in the state of the steadiness in the body, and in the state of the steadiness in the body, and your mind is pointing to the space inside the forehead. And stop this breathing. Do nothing. Experience the changes. Recognize and accept the changes. Don't start dreaming and no imagination at all. You're just aware. In that awareness, we use the mantra to further deepen the mind. So when the mind goes deeper inside, it can become aware of these three factors. Asato ma satagama. You say it in your mind. Asato ma satagama. Asato ma satagama. Moving from the false to the real. But if the intellect is not contemplating on asato ma satagama, it will not happen. Don't create an imagination. Keep on reflecting. What is changing? First, what is made up of the parts? Two, what can be seen by the sense organ? They are all false. So mind goes to the body. Body is changing? Yes. Made up of the parts? Yes. Perceived by the sense organ? Yes. Body is a false. So what is real? The real self, the pure consciousness. That point of contemplation helps you to absorb the mind deeper beyond the body. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Moving from ignorance to wisdom. Knowledge means I don't know the real self and I live in ignorance. Because of the ignorance, I blame you are responsible for my stress and suffering. Outer situation is. So I have to become aware. With that awareness that I am only responsible for my miseries and also the peace and happiness. Three factors are gone, happiness will return. Mrityorama mritangamaya. Mrityorama amritangamaya. Mrityorama amritangamaya. So what happens? Whatever changing dies, takes birth. Whatever never changes in me never dies. And what never dies is I am. But because of the ignorance, I think I am the body mind complex. I am the husband, wife, daughter, etc., etc. I am rich and poor. And long list. These thoughts which gives you, points you to the knowledge should live in the mind. So instead of wavering mind, these thoughts are living in your mind. If it is, you become a seeker. Look at the entire body, move the mind on the head and the neck. Now we are settling little mind over deeper level through the body. So move the mind on the head and the neck. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind goes to the right arm. Mind moves to the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the chest and the belly. So when I say move the mind, it means actually you are feeling, you have a sensation, you are aware of it. Experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right leg from the from the right side of the waist to the toes. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So you see that we are asking the mind to move on the major parts of the body. Why? To prevent that oscillation, that restlessness. So when you reduce the restlessness, the result is restfulness. It happens because of the mind. That is the way we understand the three factors. Now, looking at the breath. Looking at the breath goes in and out. Just so what you see, how many ways we become aware of the breath. Either we feel the sensation of the breath that makes us aware that there is a change in the breath. And we conceptualize that the breath is going in and out. Other way, we feel the breath is going in and the breath is coming out. See that? In the state of stillness in the body. So when the body is in the state of the stillness, it gives a better opportunity for us to be aware of the breath in a deeper way. So now we have to take this mind little deeper with the awareness of the breath. So when the breath goes in, you say Om and become aware of the space. When the breath comes out, you say Shanti. Again, you see the good space. Our masters have understood that space, that Shanti, that peace is nothing but the good space. What is the good space? It is blankness. So every time the breath goes in or out, there we have two words in the mantra Om Shanti. So either way it is good. Where the breath goes in Om or comes out Om and goes out or goes in Shanti. So now on the breath going in and out, you use the mantra plus plus a visualization. Om is pure consciousness, but just watch the infinite space. Om is also the infinite space, and Shanti is also a good space. Sometimes it is difficult to visualize the space. So, what you do, just look inside the head, a triangle having three sides equal of any color. Now we are going a little deeper. Any color you visualize, or there is a thought image. If I use the word, the thought image of a triangle, any color, pointing upward, three sides are equal. Now move the mind on each side while moving, say the mantra Om Shanti. Again, second side, Om Shanti. Third, Om Shanti. Then the mind is asking which way. No issue. You do it clockwise, you can do it anti clockwise. It is, you are seeing what your mind is seeing, that thought image of a triangle pointing upward. We will talk in detail about the triangle represents desire, will, desire, knowledge, and action. So we are bringing all the three together by visualizing the triangle, and we are dropping the Om Shanti. Good. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. If you have any question, you can ask the questions. So, how are you, Anne? You have to unmute it.
I feel fine.
Good.
I was not able to concentrate as much as I wanted. I think
Yeah, yeah.
I went off from time to time, but
But if you practice it regularly, we'll be able to see that.
I'm sorry. What?
If you do it regularly, you'll be able to focus.
Okay,
But you are relaxed.
I am. Yes.
Good. How are you, Charlie?
Relaxed and I don't quite know the word. Feel quite mellow.
Relaxed and mellow. That's good. Relaxed and mellow. That's good. That's
Yeah.
a good experience. How are you, John?
Hey, Girish, I wish I could be relaxed and mellow, but there is all kinds of noise across the street at the fire station. And so I'm going to have to go over there and kill some people. But
Oh,
other than
yeah.
that, I'm fine.
Yes, yes. These noise in the fire station are chasing you specifically.
That's right.
That is what we say the first level, first factor. So the more and more we contemplate and reflect, we understand that nothing outside is responsible for our work. Or you can get rid of this fire station. You already have different means. How are you, Sophie? Unmute.
Hello. The fire station didn't
Bother you.
need me to doze off.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, I dozed off. I don't know why. In the morning, I don't doze off.
Yeah, yeah, it happens. And that is what we are going to understand in our next session, why the purity is absolutely essential. It also takes us to fall into unconsciousness and with what is we say dozed off. So in meditation, a continuous stream of awareness and alertness is maintained. And in that state, we go deeper and deeper and deeper.
But in
So,
the morning, when I meditate, I don't doze off.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Morning, the mind is normally fresh and alert and aware. So it is easy to go and absorb into the meditation. But as the passes day off, we have a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings that are deeper layers of the unconscious, of which we are not aware, but they are constantly triggering. How are you,
Thank
Mead?
you.
I feel very grateful. I feel that I've been kind of drifting with my practice, and your clarity and really your kindness helped me to start to come back again.
Good.
That feels good. I feel good.
That's really good. Good experience. You see, when I say I use the word thought image, when you remember some loved one and who is not in present of you, it also trigger emotions pertaining to that person instantly. Oh, I love that guy, he's so good. You see that I express that in the form of a thought and we have an emotion. So we are beginning with the equilateral triangle, thought image. Oh, do you know the triangle? Yes. So the mind has already created an image, and that is a thought image. And then what we do, we are moving the mind with the mantra. So what happens? We lift our level of the mind from the lower level of awareness to the other. So it comes from the tantra. We will continue to understand in deeper way. That is all for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next week.
Thank you. Thank you.